it's literally, because it's a 3D collecting game, it is literally just go around and find.
Just go around and find things.
On invisible walls.
Invisible walls. Okay, like, I don't want to be that guy, but you see, that's a scenario where it's like, if you wanted to make an invisible wall like that more convincing, don't put such large gaps in the trees.
Trees, yes.
Cluster way more trees together.
Yes.
This is a basic fucking game design principle. You know, maybe people are right. Maybe we do need licensed shovelware so that people can remember what good games actually are.
Damn it, Carson. Yeah, it's literally just for that, man. Okay. Let's just look for stuff. All the stuff.
How about we look for a better game?
Game is fine.
No, it isn't.
Game is fine.
No, it isn't. This is trash. This doesn't even look like enjoyable trash. This just looks like trash.
Game is fine.
You say game is fine, but you're struggling with the most basic of fucking platforming. And
Some stuff you can't... Well, one, we've been up there before, and two, it's because I keep forgetting you have a double jump and the hover. I keep thinking it's just the single. That's my bad. See? You have a double jump. Well, you make it easy if you double jump. I just keep forgetting you have a double jump. See, when you double jump, you get high, and I just was thinking, wait, it's a single jump into a hover. No, it's a double. You actually have a double jump. Yeah, and that's just edge of the world.
Again, what? That...
No! Even on other fucking consoles.
Well, that's why I said what developers would do
yes.
on other consoles is put, like, just a row of fucking trees right there. It wouldn't just be, basically, an expanse of nothing. Developers started to realize shit like that, so they would just put a cliffside or a bunch of trees right there.
All the stuff. Okay.
And it's pointing you to that guy, so I guess go to
Well, we talked to him. See if... Okay, yeah. You did need to help everyone. Okay, that makes sense. Because these are the people you can play, so this might unlock the multiplayer.
And also another...
Grease, nice to meet you.
And also another thing, like... If we're technically not like one of Santa's reindeer yet, that means we have no Santa magic, so we can just hover for no reason.
Reindeer can just do that. Let's all go together.
Like, I don't want to be that guy, but why?
Take this. Okay. Yeah, okay. This should probably unlock multiplayer because... Yeah. Press on the second controller.
You did the thing we always do, you...
Hold on. Oh, no, you can select whoever, okay. Oh, yeah, cool. So,
oh.
Yeah, except people were right. Hold on, I wanted to test this. Oh, yeah, people were right. You can literally, you and me can go do entirely different mechanics.
Oh, God.
Carson can go fuck off to wherever the fuck he wants. I can fuck off wherever the fuck I want. At the cost of the frame rate. Oh, that's rough. Oh, this is perfectly janky. Oh, it's beautifully bad. Jesus Christ, the pixelation.
Okay, that's like one actually kind of good thing. That's a decent way to... If I'm behind an object, the way the game handles the, like, basically transparent outline, I think that's not that bad of an idea. Oh, I see camera controls are also set to wrong.
No. See, Carson, they're fine.
I'm pushing it that way and it's going the other way.
I think it's okay. Whatever. whatever. Let's just collect stuff. The reason the multiplayer had me interested is because people can just run off, and apparently both players can do radically different nonsense. Yeah.
I also find it fun. Oh wait, next time we get a dialogue option, I started talking to them and then you could advance forward. Can both players control that shit? Because if so, oh god. Not just any race, but a special type of race to see who's the fastest.
Fuck you, bud. Cheating.
God, this camera is ass.
Shut up and spam.
I would spam.
Fuck you all!
I would spam more if I could see what direction I was fucking going.
I also... While I was in the middle of platforming, but you talking to someone pulled all focus on that guy, so this... You were flying. The fact that we can both fuck off in entirely different directions is so fucking cursed.
Well, I will probably be mostly negative because I can feel the poverty seeping out of every pore of this game. I will give credit to a few very small things.
The game is quite stable. It's
well, and one thing I will give credit towards is...
Oh, there was crab up there. I knew it.
Well, one thing I will give the game credit towards...
Huh. Wait, did I wall jump? Wait, did I wall jump?
Yes, you can wall jump.
Oh, baby.
You can wall jump. That's fucking me up with this platforming, and I guess the fact of the having, like, less of a fucking screen to work with, which is funny, because I was going to say one of the few things I will praise this game for is the fact that the screen basically stays fairly locked in the...
Booyah!
Fairly locked in the way that it is, because when the Lego games got...
Yes.
Oh, that was me holding a thing, except the characters don't have any type of, like, hold or grab animations.
Damn you!
This is a terrible idea.
This is what I want.
This was an idea of the terrible, awful variety. I can't hold
You
my...
talked to a different guy.
You realize the same thing is going to happen if you find an NPC.
Yes, I know, and it's glorious. Oh, yeah, and you're just talking, so...
Because that didn't start a, like, mini-game or anything. They didn't just... I assume I'm going to have to get that, like, ice ball or whatever onto that button. Now, where the fuck did that thing go? Did talking to them make it despawn? I was going to say one of the few actually kind of good things is the fact that the camera stays still, but I can... Oh, there it is. How the fuck did you get over here?
How the fuck do I get that? What in the...
They don't even have a pushing animation.
How in the hell?
You, like...
Collectible, floating.
Can I... My god, I can just roll it up.
Do I need to... Do I need to... I am confused on this collectible floating over here.
I like to make toys. I bet you do.
Okay, because they're... Wait.
I have no idea because I'm,
Yeah. It's a floating collectible, and I'm just trying to get, like... Damn it. 'Cause I found the floating collectible over here, and I was trying to see all the... Because I can get up top, but like...
I have no idea because I'm paying attention to my side of the screen, so I don't even know where the fuck you are.
I'm up on the mountain with the bouncy, janky-ass bouncy gift things. Because there's a collectible.
Ow. Oh, I got fucking yeeted.
Damn it. Can I double jump on these at all?
I would, what I would basically assume to be a thing, like...
Oh!
I was going to say I would...
Oh, yeah.
I would assume something...
I figured it out!
Something could probably make you bounce higher. That's what I would assume based on basic game design logic.
Oh, baby.
And as much as I, again, will bitch about...
Okay.
As much as I will sit here and...
I get...
and complain about every bad thing this game does, I can actually sit here and get... As much as I will complain about every bad thing, the hell, no damage.
Come on, janky-ass platform.
One thing I can actually, with this game, say is actually good, and like, there's no backhandedness to this or anything. I think this is actually good. The fact that, like, your drop shadow is just that circle with, like...
Damn it.
That circle is the clear defined outline. It's like, that is actually good from a game design perspective.
Just trying to... This is trickier than it needs to be because it's up on a fucking platform and I don't like the fucking presence because I can't easily bounce up these damn things. Motherfucker. Like, I'm just standing up here till I get the damn collectible because I have to do the high bounce, but the problem is just lining everything up is a little bit difficult.
Now again, I have no idea what direction you fucked off to, so I don't know where you are, so I don't know if I could. So I don't know where to find you to try and go over there and
oh, bull fucking... It's up in the... Damn it. Just past the, like, candy cane over there in the house in the igloo. I'm just having trouble reaching this thing. Because there's...
Oh, hold on, I found it.
Yeah, there's a... There's a collectible in the fucking air, and I can't reach it. Because I don't know if I'm bouncing wrong or if there's some other trick to this. And it's pissing me off. And yeah, you're over here now because I can't get high enough because it's over the fucking spinny platform. See, it's right there in the air. I can't reach it though. I've been sitting here fighting these janky platforms for like 20 minutes.
Let's see what the... Ooh, this camera ain't good.
Yes!
Now, to be a tiny bit fair to the game, this camera ain't good. I feel like a bit of this is a result of basically being in multiplayer and not, like, and the camera being basically...
Yeah, but I can't get enough height. See, you can't get enough height.
Can we jump off of each other? Oh, damn it.
I can't... This is actually pissing me off because it doesn't make sense. This is pissing me off because I don't get what they're trying to get me to do because the momentum and stuff doesn't work. I can bounce higher and I thought, oh, if I bounce higher and I hover, that will do it. But I can't get it. Even out of a double jump, it doesn't make sense. This is a children's platformer, but I don't understand what the physics want me to do in order to reach this stupid thing. I don't... Basically, I just ignored all logic, just did a bounce, and I just hovered, and it was randomly high enough. If you start...
I guess it's just one of those, it's literally a matter of, like, inches. You must have just been, like... You probably have to do it at, like, the peak
Without double jumping.
Either without double
No,
jumping...
as soon as I... Okay.
It's either without double jumping, or you need to be at the peak of your jump.
It's time for the question of the day and my overall thoughts on the topic. So, anyway, what is your general opinion on the multiplayer? Because I will somewhat agree with Carson. It does make the camera a bit fucky, but with that said, I still think this multiplayer is surprisingly unique, even though it's also kind of broken, because player 1 and player 2 can both fuck off and go get entirely different stuff, but if either one of them starts a minigame or something or enters the shop, that basically forces the other player to that location. So if you were playing this blind and player 1 or 2 were basically not paying attention to the other person, you could easily get in a scenario where you basically fuck them over. This also generally happens if either person gets collectibles. So I think the multiplayer is both amazing, but also incredibly dumb. If they ironed out the multiplayer, I do think this would actually be decently fun. Later on in the Let's Play, Carson calls this a terrible platformer and basically says this isn't a B-tier platformer like back in the day. He basically says this would be closer to like an F tier or maybe a D. But most of his bitching is from the fact that in multiplayer, the camera is generally less responsive. In single player, the camera is actually quite good. If I was the one playing this and Carson was just watching, I think he likely would have said it's a B-tier platformer because the game really isn't that bad. I do feel like everything works. The camera is actually pretty responsive unless you get stuck in specific spots. And the controls are decently responsive. With a double jump and a hover, this game is generally not that hard. Only a few mechanics I think are kind of bad. And only a few spots I also think are kind of obnoxious because this game has incredibly stupid knockback if you take damage, but in general, there's almost no enemies or anything in most of the maps. Only a few areas have stuff that can hurt you. Otherwise, you basically don't take damage. Meaning this game is a very pure platformer where winning or losing is based on whether or not you can platform. They don't force combat, which I like. Which does kind of surprise me because a lot of platformers basically will have basic enemies. You have an attack, but you almost never use it, and in general, almost nothing hurts you, but the few things that do hurt you send you flying, which means there are a couple of spots that I think are incredibly stupid and teeter on bad game design because the knockback in this game is fucking absurd. This basically quantifies later, but this part is early on. This game is short, and I also kind of like that this game basically doesn't have enemies, because a B-tier platformer with somewhat janky combat would have been worse. Roll-ass platforming that's simple enough, but also decently complex, I think is fine for a game aimed at children. I think the game is easy enough since death only takes away a little bit of gold, and no lives exist, and the checkpoints are okay enough. With that said, however, due to the wacky knockback physics and a few other questionable areas and a few questionable mechanics, I do think the game is stupid at points. And it might piss off or frustrate a child, because I got pissed off and frustrated later simply due to certain nonsense interactions, which again I don't inherently think are that bad. I do think this is a good B-tier platformer, and in my mind, if they had just cleaned up a few things, it would have been less obnoxious. But it's not a bad game. Multiplayer just makes the camera slightly worse, and because the camera is slightly worse in multiplayer, I feel like Carson bitching about the game is basically unwarranted. It's not a perfect game, but I do think it's fine. It's simple enough, and it's decently short enough where I do think a young child could play this relatively well outside of the one or two idiotic moments that are mostly driven by wacky physics and a couple of stupid and questionable design decisions, because a few things I do think are poorly thought out. But if you're going for a minimalist run, you don't have to do a lot of stuff. You only need to do a few objectives per area, but I wanted to make this a 100% run, which we did. I don't think 100% is inherently that bad, with the one caveat of somewhat questionable game design, somewhat made worse by the multiplayer making the camera a bit more stupid than it is in single player, because I think single player is smooth enough where I would consider this a B-tier platformer. Janky but functional, but the Switch version is the worst of the bunch, though playing on the Switch 2 does iron out a few things, because I swear people said on the Switch 1 this game had frame drops, and it's like, oh my god, optimize, meaning they probably built a different version and just tried to downscale the game and put it on the Switch. And I think the game runs fine, again, with the caveat of multiplayer making things worse and a few questionable design decisions. But to me, that jank is no different than the weird janky nonsense of a B-tier platformer, because I feel like the developers did care enough to create an interesting platformer that I don't think is that bad, but I'm starting to ramble. I just think a few things are sort of shit, but I'm willing to look past a bit of that, because Game Mail was often notorious for being a publisher that does nonsense with unreasonable deadlines. I could see Game Mail getting that license, wanting a platformer based on Rudolph, getting a developer to make the game and telling them, you need to make this game in 5 minutes, chop chop motherfuckers. But anyway, before I keep rambling, You can leave your thoughts, opinions, and answers in the comments, or you can leave them on social media. All of my social media links, as well as my Discord links, are in the video description. Now, as always, I need to be a shill for a minute. If you subscribe to the channel, and if you follow me on social media, that really helps our communities grow. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope I will see you all next time. So, as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, everybody. I hope you come back someday. See you later.